Our plus one today was a huge character, full bloom on the White Lotus. And it is time to not be so tame. Take a look.
They're your friends?
Maybe some guys I know from the gym.
What their names?
Why do you want to know the names?
I think I've seen them before.
I don't know. Some good fights though, huh? I'll see you soon.
On the left, we have good soul Gaitok, and on the right, Valentine planning a scheme. Welcome to gdla-plus, our plus one, Tayme.
Hello.
Woohoo!
Hi, guys.
Oh, we
you.
have so many questions.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
What a
Ask away.
season.
Yeah, it's been an amazing season.
Yeah. Okay, and how has your life personally changed since the season came out?
Well, it's just been so surreal.
Yeah.
You know, to especially be in America, be in LA, you know, a place I've always dreamed of working in, and to be here and have this amazing reception from everyone, and sort of like, you know, walking around and having people come up and have a chat with me and ask for a picture.
What's
It's
the
been
number
very
one
nice.
thing they say to you when they come up to you, the fans?
Oh, it's just like, oh, are you Gaitok? I was like, yeah. It's like, oh, we love you on the show. You're so sweet.
Yeah.
I was like, it's been amazing.
From the very beginning, from second one, when we first got introduced to your character, I was like, please, Mike White, protect this man.
protect him
He
at
is
all
a sweet
costs.
little lamb. Please don't let anything bad happen to him.
Yes, the
Yeah,
character
thank you.
arc that you had throughout those 8 episodes, you were really rooting for you. And that finale, oh my God, listen, you better watch out. Oop, let me tell you something, you did my man wrong on season 3. But I have to know, when you read the script and you found out that you were a huge catalyst for what was to happen in the finale.
Yeah.
What was that responsibility like, being a part of the White Lotus family?
You know, reading through it at first, you know, I kind of thought, okay, he's just kind of like in and out of like a lot of people's like storylines, even though he has his own like little storyline. But at the end, you know, when all that chaos unfolds, you know, no spoilers.
Yeah, right?
On that chaos unfolds, it really made me like so happy to know that I am, you know, a big part of, you know, the ending, I guess.
Yeah.
You are.
You know, so it made me like focus even more, because this time, because of the character arc, you know, he starts off sort of like so, you know,
Innocent.
Gentle.
yeah, so gentle, so
Yes.
innocent, not a worry in the world apart from just how do I get Mook, you know.
Right.
And then I love it how he kind of develops as, you know, he loses the weapon,
harden.
and he has to harden and sort of try to sort out his problems, and then it all ends, you know, with that at the end.
Are you
I think
like that character?
I think there are some elements that are similar to myself. Like I've worked almost my whole life in security. I started at 18 as a nightclub bouncer in London.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You've
so-
got stories.
I got some stories.
I want to know a little bit about your backstory. So let's talk a little bit about that. We're going to take a break and come back, and then I want to know how that all happened. See, I
Sure.
knew you wore that security uniform.
Oh, it's
Naturally.
Confidence.
Do I hear a song?
Yeah.
Is it just in my head?
It's in your head.
Oh.
Back in Thailand.
Welcome back, our plus one. If you watch The White Lotus, then you're just as obsessed with him as we are. Tayme, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You teased that we wanted to hear your background, how you ended up being such a huge part of season 3.
Well, you know, my background's quite, I'll have to go back quite far, but, you know, I'll just say quickly that I do have a background in security and military. Wow. I was, so after coming back to Thailand, you know, after trying out the entertainment industry for a bit, I did join the Thai military. And I did the whole drafting process, and then went on to serve, continue on as an officer.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so yeah, so I was that was when I was in a counter assault team.
Wow.
Oh my
when
gosh.
we did close protection, and this would be the counter assault team that would be attached to a security detail.
So you did acting and then did this and then went back to acting?
Yes, but the acting I did before, it was like international films that went to film in Thailand.
Gotcha.
And there was never really a chance to cast for a big role. I was always just kind of like playing the corrupt policeman or the drug dealer or something like that.
Right.
So very small roles usually. So this is the first time I've really got to explore a character and really get
What
into
an
it.
opportunity that
Yeah.
this was the role, right?
Yeah.
It's the hottest show. Out.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the crazy thing. When I got casted for it in Thailand, I had no idea what White Lotus was.
Oh my goodness.
It's a movement.
Yeah.
Wild.
So after the first casting, I quickly went back to binge watch season 1 and 2, which kind of got me hooked. I was like, oh okay.
Yeah.
So
This is
you
really
were a
good.
fan at that point.
I was a fan at that
Yeah.
point, but I still didn't understand how big it was.
Meaning
here.
of it all, right?
You know,
Yeah.
And
'cause
how many callbacks? Was it like a arduous process?
It was, I heard a lot of people had a few callbacks, but I think I was very lucky that I had one callback. And then,
Hey, one and done.
yeah, it was
Oh my
crazy.
gosh,
I went
you
to
nailed that
one
role.
callback, and Mike White, who's ran into me on the way out, and he just asked me like, "What's your story, man? Like, you're British, but you're Thai, and you're in the military."
I had no
want
idea
your
you were
story."
British, obviously. So like that, just meeting you and hearing
Yeah.
that you're British, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I haven't
When you were
factored that in.
finally allowed to start telling people that you were cast in the series, who was the first person you told and what was their reaction?
Oh, it was actually my parents, because I got the call when I was working as a bodyguard at the time. I was working as a bodyguard for a Thai rapper called The Boy Way, and I'm supposed to get up and go to his music practice.
Oh my God.
And but the casting department called me earlier. I think they called it's like 7:30 a.m. I wasn't up yet, so I just getting the phone, hello, and they're like, all I heard was congratulations, you are Gaitok. And it was just shut up. And then my parents were visiting at the time, so they were sitting in the living room in the condo, and I just went out. I was like, I got it, and they were
You're
just
so
like,
good in it.
and yeah, they were just
Well,
kind
they
of
probably
shocked.
didn't
They
know
didn't know
what-
how to process it.
No,
and
but they probably didn't know what White Lotus was, though,
No,
right?
they-
Because
they-
you didn't
even-
know.
yeah,
So
they
they're like,
didn't know.
oh.
Yeah, my dad just kind of, well done, and shook my hand. And I was like,
Were they always supportive of your dreams and pursuit of acting?
I mean, yeah, they've always been very supportive of everything I do, but because they wanted me to do business and all that
course,
at the
Asian,
beginning.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
And me being in the military, doing security was like kind of like, they're like, oh, okay. I mean, if you love that, then okay, make something out of it.
Right.
But the acting is something they never thought that I would ever kind of get to do it to this level.
What a cast. Tayme, will
Yeah.
you indulge me? Because one of the standout quotes of the season, and you all had your turn at saying it, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm going to ask you. Can you please give me your best Victoria Radcliffe where she said, Piper, no! Tsunami!
Piper, no! Tsunami! Buddhism!
Why are you with that old man?
Why are you with that old man?
I know. It was, I mean, hearing so many people quoting the show,
Yeah.
did you guys know that this would be so quote-worthy?
I didn't know at the time, but as soon as I watched it, I just burst out laughing. It's like I would be around, like when Victoria would be filming, the Radcliffe family would be filming. I was sometimes around, because I'd be filming the next scene. So I was like watching the monitors. So I sometimes couldn't hear what they were saying because I didn't
right.
have the headphones.
The
I just saw
headphones, yeah.
the acting and I learned from that.
Yeah, your character was
Yeah.
like sprinkled throughout everywhere,
it's kinda
really.
just-
You would just kind of pop
Yeah, exactly.
out of every
But
corner.
strategically,
Yeah.
if you go
Yes.
back now and watch, your character was perfectly placed where he was supposed to be, where you followed his journey because you
Yeah.
had such a pivotal role
Yeah.
in the season. I mean, Mike White is a genius.
Yes.
I also want to ask you, and Jen and I talked about this, some of the theories that a lot of social media concocted
Yeah.
and came up with.
Yeah.
Did that blow you? You knew how it ended. And then
Yeah.
you're seeing people go, nope, I think this is Rick's father. Or I think
Right.
the
Let
monkey,
me tell you how it ends.
the
Yeah.
monkey kills somebody. In
Yeah,
the
that was funny. I saw that.
Yeah.
So like the monkey goes
I didn't
crazy,
see
just
that.
grabs
Oh,
the gun,
somebody
Yeah.
thought the monkey grabbed the gun.
Oh
and then
my
starts
gosh.
shooting around.
Oh my God. Right.
See, this is why next season I'm staying off the internet.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah, there's some crazy theories that I read up, Yeah, the monkey one was definitely one that stood out.
Yeah.
And that was really funny. But it was like, I've never kept this. I feel like this is the longest I've kept the secret for. You know, like,
It's a big secret.
It's a big secret. You
And
know,
your,
lot on the
your
line.
big scene partner was Lisa.
Yeah.
We're geeking out meeting you, but how much were you geeking out meeting Lisa?
Oh, I was. Well, at first I didn't really know what Blackpink was at first, but I do have a daughter.
Yes.
And that's how I discovered Blackpink, because I went to see her at her mom's house, and one day she was watching a show on TV on YouTube, and it was just happened to be Pink Venom performing.
Oh, yeah.
They performed Pink Venom on stage, and I sat down with her and watched it, and I was like, wow, they're really good, you know. And also especially Lisa with rapping, I was like, wow, this girl's got good flow. You know, like, and then so I knew about her. You know, she's very, very famous in Thailand. But when they casted her, I was shocked, you know, because I think she was the last to get confirmed.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, and with so many months of me knowing now, like, going to fittings and seeing the board of like who's playing which character, I was like very excited to meet Walton and Jason Isaacs and all those guys. Yeah, Michelle Monaghan. Yeah, it was amazing. But every time I went to a fitting, it was just like the Mook was still just a blank square. So I was like, who's, I'm going through this script. Like, I want to have a face to sort of imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they told me, they got me to sign a few more NDAs. And then they told me, I was extremely shocked, but I couldn't tell anyone.
Yeah,
So I had to wait until the cast dinner, which was on Samui, and that's where I first met Lisa. And
Oh my gosh, that cast dinner. I mean, because we have a White Lotus like text group where we talk about White Lotus.
yeah.
You have to have a White Lotus cast text group on your phone.
We do.
You guys are still, I'm sure, texting each other, right?
Yeah, we still miss each other a lot. The day after the finale screening, everyone kind of writing into the groups like, I'm feeling like I think they said like the morning blues or something. Like, yeah.
When the high is so high,
Yeah.
it's over.
We had like.
Especially after the press is all done with too.
Yeah, I mean, it was almost quite difficult to do the press panel right after we just watched the finale together. And they had this amazing event going on at the Four Seasons Westlake.
Yeah.
And they had us stay in and do the press panel there after the screening. And it was so hard because after we watched it, it was like such a bittersweet moment where we felt very proud to see this all come to life, and it's all out there now for the world to see. But also it's like, oh my God, it's the end of this chapter.
We spent 7 months together as a cast.
In a hotel, yeah.
Right?
It was very intimate.
Yeah.
It was.
So it was hard to do the panel. I think we all came out still kind of like, just kind of processing it.
Did you guys become a family, or were
yeah,
there
for sure.
some tension, or everyone got along?
I really enjoyed every moment of it. I had no bad moments with anyone. It was an amazing 7 months, and I got to know everyone really well. And especially like someone like Lisa, I don't know when I'm gonna get the opportunity to spend time like that with someone like her again. It was.
Well, I don't know. You were singing in front of her. She seemed pretty impressed. And you're a great singer, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Thailand is such a great location. We don't know where season 4 is going to be yet. As I hear, they're doing a location scout. Francesca Orsi, who's the head of drama for HBO, has hinted that it will probably be in Europe. I'm hoping it's going to be Spain. Do you have any hopes? Because you don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I thought that after doing, White Lotus in a few hot countries or a few tropical kind of countries, going to a cold country might be pretty cool. I've been to Norway before, and I really like that country.
Siberia.
Wow. The cameras are going to freeze. They won't be working.
I thought it'd be cool to do it in Norway, but I heard that Mike White likes to pick places that are warm.
He does.
Because
That's
he
what
likes
I
the
read.
warm.
I say he does like ice.
Well, he did say he was tired of like the waves crashing narrative on the rocks. So maybe
That's true.
somewhere different.
The show's almost over, but do you want to stick around and like do some stories with us?
Chit chat.
You just hang out
for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Sure.
All right, well, more with
minutes,
Tayme when we come back.
You won't lose your life.
That's all right.
Ooh, that is gorgeous. How do you
I'm going to have you pronounce that.
Got Pangan.
Oh,
That is not what I want.
wow. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Tayme is here with us. Tayme, you actually got your parents here to visit. They were here for
Yeah.
2 weeks. It was their first time in LA.
It was, yeah.
What did you do with them?
Well, I just took them for a lot of hikes. That's what we always did in England growing up. My dad would take me out of town and go for a lot of hikes. That's what got me into the outdoors.
Little Runyon Canyon action?
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
I did run in Canyon. I thought it would be a bit too steep for my mom, so I didn't take them there, but I took them to Mount Baldy.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
Mount Baldy.
And that was
Okay.
amazing
That's a
because
good
I was
one.
like, a bit more. I could find a bit more flat sort of
Yeah.
areas
Yeah.
to sort of hike, so my mom can do it and enjoy it. But still, the view of just being in California, it's just like anywhere
So
you
good.
go, there's that kind of backdrop of the mountains, and that's just like amazing.
And the food, what'd you think?
Oh, the food is amazing. I mean, I took them to K-Town.
Nice.
Yes.
Like 2 nights, we went to K-Town and we enjoyed some Korean barbecue, some Korean tapas.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's great. My mom really enjoyed the Korean food.
Did you go to In-N-Out?
Oh yeah, I've been to In-N-Out. I didn't. Oh yes, I did take them to In-N-Out.
Good.
So
It's a staple.
after shopping, I took them shopping at Camarillo.
Oh, yeah, the outlet.
Yeah,
the Camarillo outlet.
Camarillo outlet,
Yeah.
yeah. And then there's an In-N-Out burger
Yes,
right
there is.
up next to that, so it was perfect. We've been shopping all day. I bought my dad a pair of sunglasses. Bought my mom
So
some
Hollywood.
Lululemons.
What did they think of our beaches?
Oh, they loved it. I took them down to Santa Monica too, and had some seafood there, and enjoyed I think it was a Mexican restaurant, so it was really nice Mexican food
They
there.
saw the Ferris wheel and
Yes,
all that.
yeah. Had a walk on the
Iconic.
pier. Yeah, iconic. Took loads of pictures.
Next time they come, will you bring them in studio?
Would you like them to?
Yeah.
He's like, I need to be here too.
Yeah. Well, you too, of course. Yeah,
Sure,
you
sure.
as parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can you tell us what's next for you? Are you working on anything? Or?
Right now, I've been, been hanging around in LA, doing a lot of general meetings.
So stay tuned.
Yeah. So.
Thank you.
Okay, goodbye, Tayme.